How important is it for those people to know that you need to understand the workings of the subconscious mind a lot more?
We'll first start with consciousness. We believe that we are very conscious while all the important things that we choose in our life, may it be selecting a partner for yourself, may it be selecting a career for yourself, may it be selecting the happiness in our lives. We believe that we are very कॉन्शियस अबाउट सिलेक्टिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स फॉर आवर सेल्व्स. और जब भी हम बात करते हैं इन चीज़ों की लाइफ चॉइसेस वी लुक फॉरवर्ड टुगेदर और द काइंड ऑफ फैमिली वी आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टुगेदर, subconsciously we are driven, our choices are driven by our childhood experiences, what kind of relationship our parents had with each other,
Right.
what we have understood from our surroundings.
So, to somebody who doesn't know, how should we frame our affirmations?
See, very clearly affirmation should align with the purpose in your life
Right.
and your belief system,
Okay.
right?
Talk to us a bit
One,
more.
you have to believe what you're speaking.
Okay.
Second, the affirmations are always supposed to be in the positive and present tense.
Present tense. Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Because once we start believing it, we start acting on it.
So you were saying that these are actual energy centers in the body,
Yes.
which we in spirituality call the chakras.
Yes.
So the crown would be a center of energy, the third eye,
The third
throat.
eye, throat, heart. Now you would ask me, why do we talk only about 7 chakras?
Right.
There are n number of energy nerve synapses in our body,
Yeah.
right? These 7 chakras are important because here are these 7 main hormonal dumping endocrine glands. कुछ ऐसा नहीं है कि हम आपको आपकी सोल या आपकी लोग ऐसे कभी कभी आके बोलते हैं कि हमारी आत्मा वहाँ चली जाएगी, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. द सोल स्टेज हियर, नथिंग गोज आउट ऑफ योर बॉडी, ओनली वी ट्राई टू प्रोसेस योर सबकॉन्शियस
Right.
memories. So first thing first is that hypnosis is nothing to be scared of, right? It is just approaching your subconscious in a state where we can understand it. There are
Right.
a lot of memories that are stored in the mind which we cannot reach up to when we are conscious, right?
Yeah.
Only in the hypnotic state we can reach. You should always visualize that your physical body is being protected in beautiful white divine light, right? And come what may,
Yeah.
nothing's going to touch you. कोई भी इंसान, आई ऑलवेज टेल एवरीवन कि कोई भी इंसान अच्छा या बुरा नहीं होता है. मे बी आर थॉट प्रोसेसेस आर नॉट अलाइंड विद ईच अदर, राइट?
Yeah.
कि अगर बोलते हैं ना किसी ने मेरे साथ बुरा भी नहीं किया बट स्टिल आई डोंट गेट अ गुड वाइब,
Right.
सो इट कुड बी their purpose in life is different from what my purpose in life is. Right? That is why our energy levels do not match. बचपन में अगर किसी ने मुझे थोड़ा सा धक्का भी दिया ना,
That is stored.
that is stored,
Yeah.
right? And बड़े होके I might say इस जब अभी आपके साथ वो जितना मर्जी अच्छा हो, है ना, बट यू मे से मुझे इसमें से ना अच्छी वाइब नहीं आती है.
What's your one piece of advice to them? What should they definitely do to manifest their goals and their dream life?
So I would say
The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. That is one of my favorite books. And apart from the topic of the subconscious mind, there's so much depth to this general idea of spirituality, New Age philosophy, self-help, The Secret, Law of Attraction. And I read The Secret for the first time in 2019. And what I can describe what happened after that as nothing short of a miracle, because that book opened me up to the possibility that just by using the power of our thoughts and harnessing the ability, the deep inner abilities that we have, we can manifest what we actually want in our lives. There is so much to this topic that can be discussed, but One question that comes to people's mind is that whenever they try to consciously manifest or try to read affirmations, they feel like they do it for some time and then they're just not able to carry on with it. That perhaps can be described in many books that talk about the subconscious mind as the power of your subconscious mind, which is basically 95% of your mental state at any given point of time. So, what we are trying to do by reading affirmations that we don't secretly believe in is using the 5% of our conscious against the big mountain that is the 95% of our subconscious. And today's guest is somebody who is so well informed about these topics, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. Ma'am, thank you so much for being on Bazaar Talk. Such a pleasure to have you and get into this conversation. Who are you? What do you do? Let us hear it from the horse's mouth.
Thank you so much, Madhav. I'm Dr. Pallavi Verma. So, by qualification, I am a dentist
Right.
and medical superintendent, working medical superintendent in a cardiac hospital. But passionately, I call myself an inner soul ally. I help people understand their subconscious, the hidden beliefs in them, and let them help, lead a more confident
Yeah.
and easy trading life.
Yeah.
That's what I believe I do.
I love the term inner soul ally, and I think you've just undersold yourself, ma'am. For the listeners who don't know, ma'am is actually a certified past life regressionist. She's helped multiple people, thousands of people, using the power of past life regression, taking them into a hypnotic state and working on their inner child and also perhaps who they were in a past life. Now, many people are very skeptical about this stuff, but we'll get into all of it. But ma'am, talking about the subconscious mind, like I said, and like it is universally believed, the subconscious mind is actually 95% of all that is running your life, from your breathing, from your everything. So talk to me a little bit about how important it is for people who are going on this journey of manifestation. How important is it for those people to know that you need to understand the workings of the subconscious mind a lot more?
See, we'll first start with consciousness.
Yeah.
Right? There are two parts of it. There is a conscious brain and a subconscious brain.
Correct.
Right? We believe that we are very conscious while all the important things that we choose in our life. May it be selecting a partner for yourself, may it be selecting a career for yourself, may it be selecting the happiness in our lives. We believe that we are very conscious about selecting all these things for ourselves. But what if I tell you that none of this is being driven by the conscious mind, but by the subconscious mind?
Subconscious.
Right? Which rightly you said that it's the 95% of our conscious decisions.
Right.
Right? It's you compared it to the mountain, but I would say it's the iceberg.
Correct.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right? What we see on top is the consciousness. Below that is a huge सबकॉन्शियस ड्राइवर सिटिंग. और जब भी हम बात करते हैं इन चीज़ों की कि हमने पार्टनर सेलेक्ट किया, थिंकिंग the life choices we look forward together, or the kind of family we are looking forward together, right?
Right.
But subconsciously, our choices are driven by our childhood experiences, what kind of relationship our parents had with each other,
Right.
what we have, understood from our surroundings, may it be our friends, our family, right? So that's one of the biggest reasons कि हम कुछ clients आते हैं जो बोलते हैं बार बार I don't know why do I attract same kind of relationship which are failure, right?
Right.
Because we choose what we are familiar to, right?
Yeah.
So to break that habit, we do not have to work consciously.
Correct.
We have to work on the subconscious.
Subconscious. That reminds me of a lovely person called Dr. Joe Dispenza, who wrote what I believe is one of the best books out there, which is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. He's also written You Are the Placebo. And I think his books delve very deeply into the kind of meditations one can do to perhaps get themselves into a subconscious state. Now, ma'am, I think that when we talk about manifestation, the first word that people throw around is affirmations, right? They say that you should read affirmations out loud and you should put yourself in a certain state. But I've genuinely experienced this as well, that there's many skeptics of affirmations out there as well. A lot of people say that, just speaking them again and again won't work. Now I know there's a method in which you should read the affirmations while you're going to sleep and the first thing when you wake up in the morning. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So since I come from a medical background, I myself have inherent habit of questioning,
Right.
these things. So first thing first, that manifestations or affirmations do not just work by reciting. You just keep on repeating certain things time and again. I want to become rich. I want to become rich. You will not become rich.
Right.
Right? Manifestations are aligning your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions together.
Yeah.
Right? Just working on our, thoughts will not help us.
Correct. So it's beliefs,
It's your belief, your
Thoughts.
and your actions.
action.
Right? I want to attract abundance,
Yeah.
but I'm not making any effort. There are no actions
Correct.
per se for that. How will I achieve abundance in my life?
Correct.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Right? So scientifically also, the scientists believe that affirmations help us align our intent with our actions.
Right.
Right? Because mind has the contagious habit of focusing on something that we repeat.
Yeah.
Right? So what we are repeating,
Right.
we start focusing on that.
Correct. And that comes into the physical reality.
Yes. So if I give you an example, today I decide that I want to buy a Mercedes.
Right.
Right? And suddenly I start seeing a lot of Mercedes in Chandigarh. Is it possible the number of Mercedes have increased in Chandigarh?
I think it's the reticular
Yes.
activation system.
Yes.
RAS, right? Yeah.
Yes. So the mind starts focusing on what we are thinking a lot about.
Right.
Right? Once we start focusing on that, we start acting.
Correct.
This is the science behind affirmations.
Right.
Right? But there's another thing called, I'm trying to break a habit, as you said,
Yeah.
by writing affirmations.
Yeah.
Right? But what you are trying to work on is the conscious self.
Correct.
The habit is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
It's a conscious thing that you're doing.
Right.
Right? Where is it arising from?
Right.
Right?
That's the main concern.
You have to start working.
Correct.
Subconscious, identification of the subconscious reason
Right.
is more important
Right.
than before you start acting consciously on that.
Right. I have so much to say. I feel like I'm going to be talking a lot through this episode, ma'am. Apologies for that in advance.
That's
Ma'am, building on what you just said, I think the way that affirmations have personally worked for me have not been through thinking them in a very normal way, the way it's taught that you should say, I'm happy. The way they work for me are, the ways in which affirmations work for me are when I write them. I think there is something about the hand, pen, paper, and connection with your subconscious mind that helps. I like it when I speak affirmations out loud, but in a very upbeat, excited way. That's when it works. I think I'm dumbing it down by saying it works, but that's when it has solid effect. I want to say.
That's how it's the same effect as chanting.
Right.
Right?
Lovely. Yeah.
You chant a
Correct.
mantra more than the sound.
Correct.
It is the repetition of that sound
Yeah.
that helps you focus
Right.
and brings you to the moment.
Right.
Right? Once you come to the moment,
Hmm.
your intent is aligned for the action.
Right.
Right?
Ma'am, how should somebody frame their affirmations according to you? Because I also see that on Instagram these days and just everywhere, there's this entire trend about ask-formations, where instead of saying, I am so happy, you say, why am I so happy? Because asking a question sort of bypasses your conscious and goes into your subconscious. This is what I've heard. So to somebody who doesn't know, how should we frame our affirmations?
See, very clearly, affirmation should align with the purpose in your life
Right.
and your belief system.
Okay.
Right?
Talk to us a bit
One,
more.
you have to believe what you're speaking.
Okay.
Second, the affirmations are always supposed to be in the positive and present tense.
Present tense. Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Because once we start believing it, we start acting on it.
How do we get to that point of believing them, ma'am? Let's say somebody wants to attract a lot of money into their life, but they don't believe, or their subconscious belief is so strong about the fact that it's not going to happen for them. So, how do they get to the point of believing?
See, for belief, I think you need the help of, I should say, an inner soul LA to
Right.
help you align.
Right.
Sometimes you need a professional guidance to
Correct.
understand how and why these things work.
Right.
Right?
That is very interesting, ma'am, and I know this is something that you do as well. So talk to us about what you've done in terms of inner child healing, and we'll get to past life regression in a bit. But let's talk a little bit about inner child healing, because I know that you take your clients into somewhat of a hypnotic state where their subconscious mind is more open and receptive, and then you get to the core of the problem that they're facing. It might be a memory, it could be a negative belief. So how do you work with that?
Okay. So I'll start with an example so that the audience understand it better.
Right.
So first thing first is that hypnosis is nothing to be scared of. Right? It is just approaching your subconscious in a state where we can understand it. There are
Right.
a lot of memories that are stored in the mind which we cannot reach up to when we are conscious. Right?
Yeah.
Only in the hypnotic state we can reach. So once I had a client who, was doing pretty okay in his life, but losing his father made him feel, very anxious because suddenly things around him changed. He had to, leaving his job, he had to, take over the family run business
Right.
and all the, property things, and were a lot of, anxiety
Yeah.
for him. Though he was in other fields, he was already doing pretty good. So he came for a session to, understand why these things, and he had a severe backache, which was, a problem from last, say, 15 to 18 years. Unexplained. MRI, CT scan, X-ray showed nothing. Multiple doctor visits, but nothing conclusive
Right.
diagnosis was made. So he approached. We did a beautiful inner child session. He went into different, situations and stages of his life. When he was 5 years old, when he was 15 years old, 20, and so on
Interesting.
till the current day.
Correct.
Multiple instances which his subconscious chose to show him that in that session were all related to the fear of failure. All
Which is something he must have picked up in his
in
childhood.
his childhood. Subconsciously he stored all those fears in him without realizing it today,
Yeah.
that it is impacting the fear of failure is now translating in the fear of taking risk in his life. Right? Because now he has
Yeah.
to handle a business, and a business cannot be handled without having the risk taking capacity. He was doing a job till now. Jobs are always, comparatively secure earnings.
Correct.
But business has to be
A risky
affair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And that fear has accumulated in his spine in the form of pain.
Right. And I hear this so much, ma'am, that especially in the New Age philosophy movement, a lot of people have talked about how stored emotions manifest as disease.
Yes.
Somebody who used to talk about this a lot is Louise Hay. I just have read so much about this subject that I'm just going to be dropping book recommendations here and there. But Louise Hay talks about this a lot. Many other people do, about how
Healing your body through.
your emotions.
Emotions.
Talk to us about that, ma'am.
Okay. So, if I give you an example, that if you have a lot of ideas, new ideas of business, of creativity, of whatever, and you do not implement them or execute them,
Correct.
you might end up having constipation in your physical state.
Okay. Interesting. Wow.
Because unexpressed ideas, unexpressed thoughts, if stored for a lot of time inside you,
Right.
you will develop constipation.
Okay.
Right? The other one we just discussed about the fear accumulated, the fear of taking risks
Right.
will accumulate in the form of pains.
Right. I also see a lot of people having a lot of shoulder pain.
Shoulder pains.
Yeah.
So one individual who thinks that he is responsible for everything,
Right.
who doesn't have a habit of delegating, who tries to do a lot of the stuff by himself or herself, will definitely have the shoulder pain.
Right.
Right?
Which is the seat of responsibility.
Yes, that's अब अगर हम बात करें कि we have heard about the chakras, we have heard about
Yes.
the energy circles,
Yes.
right? It is nothing but enhancement of the energy that is running in our nerve synapses,
Correct.
right? It emits through our body in the form of energy body. So we have a physical body. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Please go on, ma'am. So we have a physical body.
We have a physical body and an energy body,
Right.
right? Anything that disturbs that energy body
Yeah.
through our emotions, if not healed at the emotional level, will manifest as a physical disease.
Ma'am, this is so. The reason I was almost about to stop you was because this idea is so interesting to me that even the chakras can be explained from a scientific point of view. So you were saying that these are actual energy centers in the body,
Yes.
which we in spirituality call the chakras.
Yes.
So the crown would be a center of energy, the third eye,
The third
throat.
eye, throat, heart. So each chakra, as I just said, that chakras are nothing but the nerve synapses. हमारी बॉडी में नर्व्स के थ्रू एनर्जी ट्रांसमिट होता है, राइट? सो उस एनर्जी ट्रांसमिशन से कुछ एनर्जी तो बाहर आता है,
Correct.
right? Now you would ask me, why do we talk only about 7 chakras?
Right.
There are n number of energy nerve synapses in our body,
Yeah.
right? These 7 chakras are important because here are these 7 main hormonal dumping endocrine glands. So the energy of the chakras is multifold in these 7 areas, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, the energy circles are not limited to 7. There are n number of energy circles in our body,
Correct.
right? If we study in depth. But 7 are important because of the endocrine glands situated in these 7 areas, prime 7 areas,
Yeah.
right? So, agar if in ancient days, people would say that if you have jaundice, don't eat yellow, don't wear a yellow dress, right? And doctors today would say ki because yellow makes you look more yellow, so they say. But
I'm literally wearing yellow right now. I just realized.
you're not going through a jaundice phase right now.
Touch wood. Right.
So somebody who has jaundice is probably because of an enzyme which is being overproduced in liver,
Okay.
right? Which leads to that yellow coloration on your skin and eyes. Incidentally or spiritually, I would say, the color of the solar plexus chakra, where the liver lies, is also yellow.
Yellow, yes.
Right? So if I'm wearing yellow, I'm giving it more energy of yellow.
Correct.
Right?
So if I am wearing yellow right now, I'm giving more energy to the solar
plexus chakra.
So perhaps today's, will I be using a lot more of my
creative energy?
Okay.
Right? Because it helps you create. It helps you, it helps you in flight or fight mode also.
Right.
Right? So
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. Yeah. No, ma'am. So yellow. So if it helps you in the fight or flight, does that mean that it makes your nervous system calm?
I would not say it makes your nervous system calm, but
Right.
it gives you that adrenaline rush.
Okay, interesting. So when you are not in fight or flight, you become more creative.
Creative.
Ma'am, talk to me perhaps just in one line about the chakras and what each chakra, let's say, represents, starting from the root.
Okay. So root chakra is more about your base, your stability, your psychological status, that you are a grounded person. Its root, it attaches you, it grounds you. So it talks about your grounded
And stability.
Stability.
Right.
Yes, the color that represents root chakra is red.
Right.
Right? Then it's your sacral chakra. It represents all the organs that are related to creation in universe.
Yeah.
Right? It's the chakra that connects us to our parents, to our spouse, to our children.
Yes.
So your inner circle
Right.
is created through this chakra. Any form of disharmony in these relationships or the organs in this area is indicating that your sacral chakra is not
Blocked, perhaps.
it's blocked perhaps. So to activate it, again, creativity, we tell you to draw, we tell you to make beautiful art pieces,
Right.
involve in any kind of work like, say, knitting, painting, sketching,
Right.
pottery,
Maybe dancing as well.
dancing as
Yeah.
well. You have to express
Yeah.
yourself,
I've heard dancing is very good for the sacral
Yes.
chakra. Yeah.
right? So coming up is solar plexus.
Solar plexus.
Right? So anything that has to do with gut, your digestive system, or as we already discussed about the solar plexus, that,
Right.
So that's the color that represents solar plexus is
Yellow.
right? Coming to the heart chakra. Heart chakra is where the heart is, so
Yeah.
lungs, heart, that is where the heart chakra lies. Heart chakra ka color green hai.
Yes.
Right? It connects you to the outer world. Right? It's a myth that, generally heart is used as a metaphor of our love to our
Right.
near and dear ones.
Right.
Whereas in energy circles, we describe heart as our connection to the outer circle. Say friends,
The world.
the community.
Right.
Right? If somebody is able to express to the world, your heart chakra is working fine.
Perhaps even nature.
Yes.
And nature is green too.
Is green too. Right?
And then your throat chakra, ma'am.
Then your throat chakra is in your near your neck area, and it has the glands like thyroid, right? So somebody, we meet people who have very weak and low voice,
Yeah.
right? Probably their throat chakra is blocked, or people who are unable to express themselves through, their they can't express their views, they can't express their emotions openly. their throat chakra could be blocked, or physically it और आप बहुत टाइम तक अगर उसको हील नहीं करोगे तो it may lead to a physical manifestation of thyroid or any other issues in throat.
Like a chronic cough, maybe.
Chronic cough maybe.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Third eye?
Then it is third eye. Third eye is the chakra of intuition and the organs, your brain, your medullary cortex, right? So you can see or foresee future by picking up very subtle, patterns. And third eye helps you pick up that.
Right.
And then ultimate is the crown chakra,
Correct.
which connects you with
The Supreme.
the Supreme. The color for that is violet.
Right. Ma'am, I always feel that so many of the best spiritual healers and spiritual teachers, their crown, third eye, and root chakras are very stable, because they not only have a stability and a grounding to their own energy, but they're also able to help you by connecting to by using their intuitive powers, using the third eye, or just helping you connect to the universe more through your crown. And talk to us about how the solar plexus, ma'am, can also manifest as obesity or emotional eating and issues like that.
Okay. So if somebody was vulnerable in early childhood or early years of life,
Right.
it could be because of bullying in school, or it could be in form of, what would I say? Because we are growing up in Indian society, and our parents come from an age where the physical structure matters a lot.
Right.
So they start protecting. And fat is something that is meant for protection.
Okay.
They start storing fat as a matter of protection, right? They may be protecting their emotional self, right? And then that fat comes from eating more food or doing less of physical effort, right? And they start growing in, right? And there could be another emotional reason for, obesity. When someone feels that I am unheard or I'm unseen,
Wow.
they start expanding physically to be seen. That's the
Right.
subconscious way of dealing with that emotion.
Right.
They start binge eating, or they start, being in a lazy routine.
Correct.
So that they start expanding physically to be seen,
Right.
right?
Does that feeling bad about being unseen happens perhaps because they were maybe the youngest child, or they just didn't get too much attention growing up or in school or something like that?
There
Okay.
could be n number of reasons.
Right.
The family conditions were so,
Right.
like you said, the youngest.
There wasn't much attention on
Much
them.
attention. The parents were not in a harmonious relationship, so the child did not receive,
Correct.
that kind of upbringing he deserved, or in school.
Right.
So it could be anything.
This brings me to the nervous system, ma'am. And if I'm not mistaken, the subconscious mind in many ways is also the seat of your nervous system. And that is why a lot of people suggest not only mental exercises, but somatic exercises. So we can either use the mind, change the mind to help the body, or we can also use both the mind and the body, right? And one of those somatic exercises that I heard about is EFT, which is the tapping on different
Right.
centers. So there's the one under the lips, and then
And then you do.
right. And so, ma'am, talk to us about these somatic exercises that one can do to basically just supplement what they're already doing with the mental aspect of it, affirmations and all that.
Right. So tapping, of course, and EFT tapping is one of the modalities that you can
Right.
practice. But I would say just, working out in the gym, doing
Yes.
yoga,
Right.
these things also help.
Correct.
That, helps you to stay in touch with your physical body,
Right.
right? The meditation, chanting, these things will work on your brain, right? But we need to work on our physical body at the same time, right? So वो कोई भी modality हो सकती है. EFT will definitely help in the cases where you need more emotional connect and balance,
Right.
right?
And I just think that the benefits of fitness as a spiritual means are also endless. I think we don't talk about this in the spirituality community enough, but I think just that physical exercise gives you so many happy emotions that it can really truly bring a person out of many lower vibrational states as well, right?
Correct. See, though the ancient people do not talk much about physical fitness, but they used to practice yoga. They
Right.
used to practice pranayams, right? If you see all our rishis, they are fit.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
They
They
are
are.
fit,
Yeah.
right? If your body is not fit, how will you focus?
Correct. Yeah.
To reach your subconscious state,
Yeah.
you have to be first fit physically.
Yeah. Ma'am, off camera, we were discussing how we can also maybe use inner child healing and the subconscious mind to fix habits such as sleeping late at night, which is such a big problem in our generation, perhaps. And some of us are sleeping really, really late, and it messes up your circadian rhythm, and it just has. I don't think it has any benefits to anybody. So talk to us about that and your own personal experience with a client who we know, who you, let's say, fixed, whose late night you fixed.
I'm no one to fix, but his subconscious was awakened to
Right.
understand.
Right.
But that's a beautiful example, because with each client, I feel I also learn. How
Correct.
patterns are formed, how the habits are formed, and where it is coming from, right? So this particular client comes to me with one unique problem that he's well accomplished in his business, and
Yeah.
there are no issues in his life per se. The only problem, he says, that I cannot sleep. And he says, I've tried, leaving the social media, mobile room se bahar rakh do, and he's tried all those habits, cutting off from social media altogether. He
Right.
says, I cannot sleep.
Right.
Somehow he says, मुझे आंख बंद करने से ही डर लगता है. And I fall asleep eventually when my eyes get tired. And I fall asleep. So there is no time.
Right.
Right? He's tried the physical activities ki sham ko gym chale jao, you get tired and then sleep, but nothing was working for him. So we did a beautiful past life regression session with him,
Correct.
right? And his subconscious took him to the time where he was a soldier of Russian army at the times of World War II. Right? He was the war had had been stopped, but the condition of all the soldiers was very pathetic. They didn't have clothes to wear. It was extreme winters, and the food was not enough. So they were living a very, a poor and pathetic life, right? And there was one particular day where he was protecting on, the border, and it was there was snow hailstorms, and he was tired and he slept. But because of that extreme cold, he died.
Ah.
And his soul carried that fear because he slept. So he died.
Yeah.
And the fear was coming from there.
Ma'am, I think the community is very divided on the subject of the soul. So, in many traditions and according to many beliefs and many people in the spirituality community, there's a section that says that the soul has lived many lives and many past lives, and a lot of that has been stored over all the lives that the soul has lived, and it has manifested in the present life that they are living. There is also a section on the other side that says that the soul is merely but the observer or the awareness that's behind the body, the mind, the brain, all the organs, and the mind specifically as well. This section says is just a construct, and we are, as in, I am that which is watching the mind and the body and this life play out. So I think there's a conflict in these two sections about what the soul is. Then there's also the question of the soul's purpose. I say this because I now want you to talk a little bit about past life regression and what you believe the soul to be.
So, what just now you have described, this was me in 2019,
Right,
and the other one is also me
Right.
post 2019,
correct.
right? So, pre COVID, I was also one of those, opinionated person who would say that soul is, I am the soul,
Yeah,
right? Soul is not the one describing me or
correct.
driving me.
Right.
But God, I believe, or the Supreme has his own plans of sending you through situations or circumstances when you start learning. आपका एक awakening, एक moment हर किसी की life में आता है. For me, it was 2019 when COVID just started. Right? So I always tell, my clients about this. I was also a strong disbeliever. I would question these things myself. But once, I was in thick of COVID, and I was always throughout my life the one coming from a family of doctors who never wanted to be a doctor.
Right. Very interesting.
Right? I never wanted to be a doctor because I thought they do not have a life of their own.
Right.
And I still believe that because whatever the world thinks about, but doctors definitely, they have a tough life,
Very.
right? So I never wanted to be a doctor. Dentistry was the pick one because of that there will be no emergencies to be handled. Then I married a businessman, thinking that now I am out of this circle of doctors. I did an MBA in hospital administration, thinking that I will be the one managing a hospital from the operations and finance point of view, and no emergencies for me because I am not the one directly treating people. So COVID said, wait for
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
The admins were the ones, our numbers were made public for the help to needy, right? National portal पे मेरा number printed था with all the MS of
Right.
the country. So I would receive, panic calls at 2 o'clock, at 4 o'clock. We are sitting in Chandigarh and I would receive a call from as far as Mumbai, Chennai, ki please give us a bed. And I would think that this was not the life I always thought I would
Right.
land into.
Yeah.
And there was one particular day where I tell everyone, I called all my near and dear ones, my family, my friends, that, I saw, I think, almost 8 people dying right in front of me in the same single day.
My God.
So I thought I would not survive this because this was not I ever thought that I can handle.
Right.
I was not mentally prepared to handle this kind of situation. Not, I would say, physically, but emotionally.
Yeah.
Right? So I went to a past life regression therapist myself to understand, because वो question कभी ना कभी हम सबकी लाइफ में आता है, why me,
Yeah.
right? So I went for a session myself, and it was a long, beautiful session with her. And I saw myself as a Muslim ruler in the Battle of Haldi Ghati,
Wow.
right? And lot of decisions that I took led to mass destruction. So I was probably not very considerate about my people. The subconscious learning that I had from that session was that now I have to be instrumental in healing people. I
Wow.
was just being instrumental through, arranging beds, if not available in our place, then some other place, or organizing the operations of our own hospital so that we can accommodate more people, more ventilators, doing all that sort of stuff that could help people live. Right? And that day, beyond that, I never had, that thought that why me.
Correct.
There onwards, I knew that this was the mission in my life that I had taken birth of. And बहुत सालों से मुझे ना एक ड्रीम आता था, बहुत बहुत बार, and I asked this question to many people, कि क्यों है. I used to see someone, a yogi, just running. वो भाग रहा है, बहुत भाग रहा है, and this session concluded that after that the birth of that ruler, I took birth as a yogi. There also I was, maybe the purpose that I was sent was to help people, but I could not. So I was just running. And I would wake up with a sudden jerk, seeing that वो मतलब योगी भी नहीं, जैसे आपके जो अघोरी होते हैं. And I was always very scared of aghoris in this lifetime. After getting through that past life session myself, seeing myself and understanding, उसके बाद से मुझे ना तो वो ड्रीम कभी आया, ना वो थॉट कभी आया कि why me. Then I thought that this therapy could help more people, because medicine was doing its own bit, but the emotional and psychological aspects also were supposed to be looked after in those times. So I thought, let me learn this.
Wow.
That was the first thing that I learned
Right.
in these sciences, which was past life.
So you'd say, ma'am, that past life regression helps a person also tap into their soul's purpose in this lifetime. Ma'am, I truly and very strongly believe in inner child healing through hypnosis and going into your childhood and fixing. Fixing is a very wrong word, but healing. The memories that are stored there. But I've always been a little skeptical about going into a past life. So when you're putting somebody in a hypnotic trance, perhaps, are you tapping into that person's subconscious mind, their soul, both? And who is giving this idea of the past life? Is it the soul that is telling the subconscious mind that? How does it work? And what would you say to all the other people who are skeptical about this?
See, first thing is, please understand that you are, you will be very much conscious while letting your subconscious system speak
Correct.
during a PLR or an inner child session.
Right.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, because clients generally come to me with this thought कि हम वापस तो आ जाएंगे.
Right.
See, you will not be left.
Right.
All we are trying to do is to process the memories which are already stored. Right?
Correct.
ये वैसे ही है जैसे आप जब सपने देखते हैं.
Yeah.
Right? You wake up, you are back to your current moment. Same is the case with when जब आपका सेशन चल रहा है PLR का या inner child का, it's very much similar, right? All we are trying to do is we are just processing which is already there, which is already stored. Correct?
That's interesting.
कुछ ऐसा नहीं है कि हम आपको आपकी सोल या आपकी लोग ऐसे कभी कभी आके बोलते हैं कि हमारी आत्मा वहाँ चली जाएगी, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. द सोल स्टेज हियर, नथिंग गोज आउट ऑफ योर बॉडी, ओनली वी ट्राई टू प्रोसेस योर सबकॉन्शियस मेमोरीज.
Right.
वो आपके अंदर ही है ना. इट इज स्टोर्ड. आवर
Right.
ब्रेन इज केपेबल ऑफ स्टोरिंग मच मोर देन वी इवन रियलाइज.
Yeah.
राइट? बचपन में अगर किसी ने मुझे थोड़ा सा धक्का भी दिया ना,
That is stored.
दैट इज स्टोर्ड.
Yeah.
राइट? एंड बड़े होके आई माइट से इस अभी आपके साथ वो जितना मर्जी अच्छा हो, है ना, बट यू मे से मुझे इसमें से ना अच्छी वाइब नहीं आती है, बिकॉज समवेयर you have stored that in your memory. You might not remember that consciously, but subconsciously you may now translate it in the form of vibe.
So, ma'am, when somebody is saying this, that, I don't get a good vibe from so-and-so person, what is actually happening in the subconscious?
So one is either there is an instance which has happened, you have stored it subconsciously, and you may not, accurately remember what has happened, but you may feel it कि ये अच्छा इंसान नहीं है मेरे लिए. राइट? अदर थिंग आई ऑलवेज टेल, देखो हर किसी का ना एक एनर्जी सर्कल, एक ऑरा होता है.
Yeah.
राइट? एवरीवन हैज एन ऑरा अराउंड देमसेल्व्स.
Yeah.
And all auras have their own characteristics, own energy levels to it. Mine may not be compatible with everyone.
Correct.
Right? My thought processes may not be in sync with your thought processes. That is why I feel that we are not compatible.
Right.
Which commonly we say कि vibe अच्छी नहीं आ रही है. So it's कोई भी इंसान, I always tell everyone कि कोई भी इंसान अच्छा या बुरा नहीं होता है. Maybe our thought processes are not aligned with each other. Right?
Yeah.
कि अगर बोलते हैं ना किसी ने मेरे साथ बुरा भी नहीं किया, but still I don't get a good vibe.
Right.
So it could be their purpose in life is different from what my purpose in life is. Right? That is why our energy levels do not match.
Ma'am, what do you think about evil eye
Okay. So
and nazar?
देखो साइंटिफिकली अगर बात करें तो वो कहते हैं नज़र इज़ नथिंग.
Yeah.
राइट? बट अगर हम उसको हमारे हिस्ट्री या एंशिएंट टाइम से बात करें तो नॉट जस्ट इंडिया, मिडल ईस्ट में, मेडिटेरेनियन कंट्रीज़ में, लैटिन अमेरिका एंड इवन सम पार्ट्स ऑफ यूरोप, द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ evil eye exists at different
Correct.
levels.
I've seen it in many other nationalities which are not Indian as well.
Right. So कुछ तो होगा that they
Yeah.
have, the ancient people have observed,
Right.
and they have termed it as evil eye, nazar, or any other term, similar terminology.
Correct.
Right? What I feel is, because once I come from the background, medical background, so I want a reasoning myself to understand and accept what
Yeah.
it is about. What I feel is कि जब हम किसी भी चीज़ के लिए एक्सटर्नल वैलिडेशन चाहते हैं ना, that spoils our intrinsic drive to perform. Right?
Explain that again, ma'am.
Okay. Say, suppose, I have bought or I have done really good in my, field or my job, and I put it on Instagram per se, or social media पे मैंने उसको announce किया, right? Why I'm doing that is, one, I need external validation कि मुझे confidence शायद खुद पे नहीं है,
Yeah.
right? I need external validation कि मैंने अच्छा किया, right? Means उससे मेरी जो internal drive है to achieve
Correct. Interesting.
has lost the
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah.
I am only depending upon external validation.
Right.
That is number one, right? दूसरी बात, जब हम पब्लिक डिस्प्ले में आ जाते हैं तो परफॉर्मेंस का प्रेशर बिल्ड होना शुरू हो जाता है. दैट लीड्स टू एंजाइटी,
Yeah.
राइट? आज मैंने अपने स्पाउस के साथ एक इमेज डाला, एवरीबडी सेइंग इट्स वेरी गुड, यू नो, आई स्टार्ट बिलीविंग दैट लोग कह रहे हैं. बट एट द सेम टाइम अगर किसी ने एक नेगेटिव कमेंट डाल दिया, आई बिकम एंग्शियस, राइट? दो फिजिकली कोई चेंज नहीं आया, राइट? इट्स ओनली माई एंग्जाइटी,
Right.
राइट? और अगली फोटो डालने से पहले ना मैं खुद सोचूंगी, बिकॉज एक परफॉर्मेंस का प्रेशर भी हो जाएगा, पता नहीं इसमें कितने लाइक्स आएंगे या लोग क्या बोलेंगे इसके बारे में, राइट? दैट एंग्जाइटी और that constant approval that we seek from outside
Yeah.
leads to a physical change in ourselves, right? Which can be translated as nazar, और है ना. और अगर आप इंडिया में स्पेशली बच्चों को वो काला धागा डाल के रखना, उसका क्या होता है कि कोई आपको कॉन्स्टेंटली स्टेयर कर रहा है. यू हैव टू ब्रेक दैट कॉन्स्टेंट विजन, बिकॉज जिसको स्टेयर कर रहे हैं एनर्जी तो पास ऑन हो रही है, राइट? एंड वी आर ग्रैबिंग. आप एक रूम में जाते हैं, वहाँ लोग बहुत खुश हैं, यू इंस्टेंटली फील दैट हाई एनर्जी, right? And you go to a room where people are mourning,
Correct.
right? You instantly pick up that energy,
yeah.
right? If somebody is looking at you with anxious eyes, you pick up that energy,
You do, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So इसलिए वो आप नजर बट्टू कह लो, काला टीका कह लो,
right?
Crystals कह लो,
obsidian, tourmaline,
right? So what I always tell people, what our ancient people observed as patterns, observed through their experiences, now science is trying to explain it through psychology, through behavioral changes, neuroscience. So they saw it through they experienced it, right? Now science is backing those things with their own reasoning.
Ma'am, scientifically speaking, like we were talking about, seeking validation from the outside world and social media and all that stuff. Scientifically speaking, what qualities do you see in very confident influencers who are putting themselves out there day in and day out? What quality is it in them which makes them so thick-skinned to the trolls that other people should perhaps develop as well?
See, here I would say, जैसे कृष्ण जी ने कहा था, कर्म कर, फल की इच्छा मत. You have to constantly work on your own self, your own content, your own intellect, so that you create that content which reaches more people. People love to hear you because of the awareness you bring in them.
Correct.
Right? And not just how you are looking on screen or how beautiful your setup is. They work on themselves rather than working on the aesthetics or working on the physical aspects of it. Right? And working on themselves help other people also, learn through them.
Right. So we were talking about Nazar, ma'am, and thank you so much for that phenomenal scientific explanation into the concept of evil eye and Nazar. And I totally agree with you when you say that. Why is it that so many ancient civilizations, whether it was the Egyptians or the Greeks or the Romans or the Indians, they've believed in this idea of evil eye so much, and perhaps that is why around the world we have so many ways to protect ourselves from the evil eye. Some people use the help of crystals such as black tourmaline or obsidian. Many other crystals help with evil eye as well. There's people who also believe in just wearing an evil eye, or just carrying the Hamza hand around with them everywhere. I have so many evil eyes and Hamza hands at home. Is it my belief in these objects that's making them work, or is there actually some inherent power in these objects and some inherent spiritual energy in them?
See, there is no spiritual energy per se in these things. They just break the pattern of attention. The attention that is being driven towards you,
Okay.
that is being broken,
Right.
right? It may be because of the color of these things.
Right.
It may be because of the shape of these things.
Right.
It may be because of, we connect these things as, protector of evil eye.
Right.
Because the one looking at you also knows that this is,
Right.
a
That
symbol
this person is protected.
protected.
This happens so many times and with so many people, ma'am, that they'll be wearing a crystal or an evil eye bracelet or something like that for many, many days, and then one day it just breaks, and then they say that that amulet perhaps, or that object has taken the evil eye on itself.
Evil eye on itself.
Yeah, that happens as well. What are some other ways that we can protect ourselves from Nazar? One thing that I hear very often is that before you leave the house, many people like to read mantras. Many people like to spiritually, I guess,
Cover yourself in the protective light. You should always,
Right.
you should always believe that you are being protected in some divine light, that nothing can touch you.
What are some small things we can do, ma'am?
So once you step out of your home, you should always, visualize that your physical body is being protected in beautiful white divine light, right? And come what may,
Yeah,
nothing's going to touch you. That's the, basic, simple thing
mental state.
that works for you.
Yeah,
Another thing is, do not be over, put anything on display, right? Because जब हम कुछ उसमें डाल देते हैं, फोकस, हम अटेंशन ग्रैब करने की कोशिश करते हैं बाय putting it on social media or something, it brings in the, attention से pressure आता है, right? And that pressure leads to anxiety,
right.
right? Or that anxiety is the cause of all things. So I would say don't overpost. And if you're posting, then it should be for yourself, not for, other people to pay attention to.
Correct.
Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Or if you're putting it some content for help for others, then it is a different scenario.
Let's say it's somebody's job, ma'am, to keep posting on social media.
So then you are not trying to take that attention on yourself. That is for helping others to reach out either to your business
Right.
or to your content for their self-help,
Correct.
right? That is a different.
But what can those people do to protect themselves?
So just think that you're being protected, because we all are, the beings who are equally loved by the Supreme. There is
Yeah.
no one, जैसे पेरेंट्स को दोनों बच्चे एक समान होते हैं, वैसे ही ईश्वर को हम सब आर इक्वल इन हिज आइज, एंड सोचना भी नहीं चाहिए, बिकॉज वी स्टार्ट डाउटिंग, we break that protective cover that is all around us,
Yeah.
right? Kala tika hai, that's
Yeah.
as we have already discussed.
Ma'am, I've also heard a lot about people talking about saltwater baths that help. Do they help with this? Getting the
That-
energy out?
that helps you cleanse out, right? Because जो salt water bath की हम बात कर रहे हैं वो magnesium salts हैं that helps your body relax, opens your blood vessels, your circulation improves, automatically you feel recharged.
Right.
आपकी anxiety automatically कम हो जाती है because physically you feel relaxed,
Right.
right? So that's one good way to.
I think there is just so much content and information out there that people are so confused with what they should do. Right? It's so funny. I think what is very important is picking one thing and being consistent with it.
What aligns with your,
Right.
with your belief system, you should do that.
And I also think, ma'am, that discipline and consistency is so important when you're manifesting something as well, because if you're not trying to put yourself in a positive state, how will you be able to manifest?
करेक्ट. सो इसी चीज़ में ना अगर हम बात करें, हमारे जो एंशियंट्स या हमारे एल्डर्स थे वो रिचुअल्स की बात करते थे,
Right.
राइट? व्हाट आर रिचुअल्स अबाउट? अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं एनी सर्टन रिचुअल दैट यू कैन थिंक ऑफ growing up in your home.
I'm really thinking maybe havans and pujas and
राइट, कुछ भी अच्छा काम करने से पहले
Yeah.
है ना हवन करना है,
Correct.
या उठते ही सूर्य देवता को जल चढ़ाना है,
correct. Yeah.
राइट? या मतलब आर ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स एंड पेरेंट्स दे
Going to the cow shelter.
yes, right?
Right.
So what are these rituals?
Yeah.
These rituals are they are very predictable,
Yeah.
right? And measurable things,
Right.
right? जिससे हमारा जो फोकस है वो बहुत एक चीज़ के ऊपर इंटेंट और क्लियर हो जाता है, and we become grounded at the same time.
Right.
And human brain likes predictability, human brain likes focus, and grounding automatically हो जाती है इन चीज़ों से, right? तो हम कनेक्ट कर देते हैं कि किसी भी अच्छे काम से पहले हवन करना है,
Yeah.
राइट? सो इसका इम्पैक्ट क्या होगा? पहले हमने प्रिडिक्ट कर लिया कि दिस इज गुड इज गोना हैपन. गृह प्रवेश, हवन कर लो.
Yeah.
नया बिजनेस, हवन कर लो.
Yeah.
सो वी आर प्रिडिक्टिंग गुड फॉर आवरसेल्व्स.
Right.
दैट इज वन. वी हैव ऑलरेडी मैनिफेस्टेड,
Yeah.
राइट?
Yeah.
देन हमारा फोकस अब सिर्फ अच्छे पे है. वी हैव कट डाउन द नॉइज फ्रॉम आवर द ब्रेन,
Yeah.
right? And grounding होने से automatically we have touched the roots,
Correct.
right? So nothing wrong can happen.
Right.
These are what rituals are all about, right? सेम चैंटिंग भी ऐसा ही करता है आपके लिए. आप मंत्रास पढ़ रहे हो, यू आर प्रिडिक्टिंग कि गुड इज हैपनिंग,
Right.
राइट? यू आर कटिंग डाउन द नॉइज,
Right.
राइट? सो आई थिंक ये सब चीज़ें ना हमें एक ही उसमें लाके कनेक्ट करती हैं. वी हैव टू बी aware of our subconsciousness, cut the noise,
Yeah.
get ourselves back to or be grounded in the situation,
Right. Right.
right? So
What are some absolutely crazy past life regression stories that you have?
okay, so one I would tell you here is, some past lives are really amazing for us. So one of the clients, or I would say friends, eventually they become friends,
Yeah.
right? So she came to me with one thing कि ना मुझ में कोई अहम है, ना कोई ईगो है, बट आई एम अनेबल टू सोशलाइज विद पीपल. आई एम अनेबल टू इंटरैक्ट.
Right.
Not because that I am very good at anything, and also not because that I am insufficient or I am not capable of, but I still find it very difficult to socialize. right? Stigma भी नहीं है, but I still find it very difficult to socialize. I am not part of the gatherings or something. So उसका हमने एक we did a past life regression for that lady, and taking her to that session was very easy. But once she landed up there, she was a queen of some European small province in that era, and suddenly she started giving me the orders because she
Interesting.
was the queen,
Right.
right? So it was a little odd for me also to understand now how do I take her to the next step, because she was giving me the orders. Okay, now take me to this event of my life. And I, rather than she following subconsciously my orders, I was following what she was wanting me to do for her,
Interesting.
right? And then we saw all that is happening and how her life was, and she led her life peacefully and she gave up. There was everything was okay, but that attitude of the queen stayed in her, right? And she was lonely because being the head of a province is not that easy, right? You cannot share. You keep a distance and you keep the emotions to yourself, right? That queen attitude was carried forward with her to this lifetime. So she was finding it difficult to express socially, to mingle up with the people, though she does not have any kind of social stigma or ego per se. And while I was bringing her back to this current life, she ordered me again, put me back to life, please.
Oh God. Okay.
Right? But then the learnings she learned from that lifetime, I think, has helped her to open up more socially.
Right.
She has learned to be more vulnerable. She has learned to express more in her family as well. Earlier, she could not just connect.
Right.
She was just living a life isolated,
Right.
wanting to connect, but still isolated.
Take us through what a past life regression session looks like. Let's say a client comes to you for a session. So, from the entry, what happens? How do you take them into a hypnotic state? What do they feel afterwards? What do they say during the session?
So, once a client comes, we first of all take a history and background
Okay.
to understand what needs to be done. What kind of session does a client need?
Right.
कभी कभी क्लाइंट खुद आके बोलता है कि मुझे पास्ट लाइफ कराना है जस्ट आउट ऑफ इनक्विजिटिवनेस,
Right.
right? That doesn't help.
Right.
We need to have a motive, we need to have a reason to get into a session, right? It's not a ride to previous lives,
Right.
है ना? It's not a time capsule कि आप जाएंगे, you live that life and you come back. We need to have a purpose to see.
Correct. We need to be specific
We
about.
need to be specific and we need to have a purpose to go there,
Yeah.
right? So once we know what is the purpose, then taking the help of the client, we decide that what kind of therapy will work for him.
Okay.
Sometimes it is single therapy, sometimes we need a mix of different modalities that work for the client, right? And then that's the first visit. We just discuss, right? And then the second visit is about whatever therapy. If it is a PLR, then we make the client sit comfortably, explain them the process. There's nothing to be worried and have fear about that you will not come back. There's nothing like that,
Yeah.
right? Because you are the one who drives the session. It's not me.
Yeah.
I can only facilitate. आप बोलोगे I am done with it, I'll say okay. I'll get you back to the conscious self, right? And ऐसा भी नहीं है, कुछ लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि हम पता नहीं ऐसा कुछ बोल जाएंगे सबकॉन्शियस स्टेट में जो शायद वो अपने थेरेपिस्ट को भी नहीं बताना चाहते हैं,
Correct.
राइट? पीपल डू नॉट वांट टू बी वल्नरेबल विद द थेरेपिस्ट.
Yeah.
So I would, request all the people out there, you're coming to a therapist to understand yourself. अगर आप हमें ही खुल के नहीं बताओगे, हाउ विल वी बी एबल टू हेल्प यू आउट,
Yeah.
राइट? एंड ड्यूरिंग अ सेशन ऐसा भी नहीं है, आप अगर कुछ फिल्टर आउट करना चाहते हैं आप कर लेते हैं. यू डू नॉट वांट टू टेल योर थेरेपिस्ट अबाउट व्हाट यू आर सीइंग,
Yeah.
बिकॉज पास्ट लाइफ आपके सामने इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फ्लैशेस ऑफ इवेंट्स आ सकता है, जस्ट लाइक अ ड्रीम, और यू कैन हियर सर्टन नॉइजेस. इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन आपकी सजेस्टिबिलिटी क्या है. Either you are a visual type of a candidate, or you are,
Listener.
yes, you are a better listener, है ना? And some people are both, so they can hear what is being talked about, and they can
Yeah.
see what is happening. एक मूवी के जैसे आपके सामने सीन्स आते जा रहे हैं, and you can see that, right? तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. आप हमें बताएंगे तो वी कैन गाइड यू टू व्हाट नीड्स टू बी डन नेक्स्ट,
Right.
विच इवेंट वी हैव टू एक्सप्लोर,
Right.
विच लाइफ स्टेट वी हैव टू एक्सप्लोर हियर आफ्टर.
Correct.
अगर कुछ ऐसा है जो आपको लगता है, सी ऑल ऑफ अस हैव लिव्ड द लाइफ टाइम्स विच आर नॉट टुडेज टाइम. We have been in the times of world wars. We have been in prehistoric era, jab there was a lot of what would I say,
Violence.
So I myself have seen myself murdering people in the past life, but that doesn't make me a murderer in this lifetime.
God.
Right? And we have to live all these lifetimes to learn all the teachings that a soul has to learn.
Interesting.
Right? So ऐसा सोच लेना कि what will the healer think about me, or the healers never judge you, because we ourselves have seen all that. We understand that you have come here for a help and not judgment.
Right.
राइट? तो आप खुल के अपने थेरेपिस्ट के साथ, हीलर के साथ आप डिस्कस कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए. और फिर भी आपको कुछ फिल्टर आउट करना है इवन ड्यूरिंग अ सेशन, द कमांड स्टेज इन योर कंट्रोल, नॉट द हीलर.
Right.
राइट? आप कुछ ऐसा देख रहे हैं, यू आर सीइंग योरसेल्फ डूइंग समथिंग व्हिच यू डू नॉट वांट टू टेल,
Yeah.
you will filter that.
So I think what happens is that subconsciously you know that you want to be a little guarded.
Guard it.
Perhaps in the session. So subconsciously you wouldn't say something that you perhaps don't want to. But I think you're right, ma'am. I think it's a good idea for people to be open. With the therapist, because how else will the therapist be able to help you? And here I want to give a shout out to British hypnotherapist Marissa Peer, who's formulated this new technique called rapid transformational therapy. It's actually not new. It's been there for a second, but it's a lovely technique that she's formulated, which is sort of similar to the inner child healing that you do, ma'am, where they get you into a hypnotic state and go back to your childhood and help heal the stored memories that are there. So shout out to RTT. It's an interesting topic to read up about. Ma'am, in that hypnotic state, how do you... So the client is speaking. Does their tone change? Does their energy change? What happens? How do they speak in that state?
See, in certain cases, nothing may change.
Right.
Certain other clients that I've seen, sometimes their tone change, and sometimes they even speak a language they consciously do not even know today. Right?
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Oh,
I've
God.
seen that. And sometimes they land up into a lifetime. See, I've seen a client, he landed up in a lifetime where he was a bear.
Okay.
Right? And I was constantly asking him questions and he's not answering because he was experiencing but he could not speak. He was
Right.
murmuring something
Right.
which I was unable to understand what is he trying to tell me.
Right.
Right? Then I had to use this symbolic language, had to take him to a pond, tell him to see what he is seeing.
God. Okay.
Right?
Right.
Because he was unable to tell me anything. He was a
Interesting.
bear. Right?
Yeah.
So I think with each session, which is unique, there you will not find two sessions which are similar or scripted.
Correct.
Each session is very unique. Each session, a healer heals himself
Right.
during each session,
Yeah.
right? And then there was one client who landed up, being an Adivasi years ago.
Okay.
So the language she was speaking was, I could not understand what she is telling, but then I had to understand through the emotions. I had to understand, and then when she was conscious after the session, then she could narrate the story that this was happening to me.
Right.
Right, I was caught up by a different community. They tied me to the ropes in between the trees, and I was being shot by the arrows, and so she was feeling the pain and everything. She experienced it, but during the session she could not tell me anything because the language was foreign to me and I could not understand what she was talking about.
Right.
Right, so ऐसा भी होता है. And you remember. ऐसा नहीं है कि सेशन के बाद आपको कुछ याद नहीं रहेगा. You remember what you have seen, what you have experienced, right? Then after we give a closure to each session, जहाँ पे we request the masters to come,
Okay.
the subconscious understands what lessons it is supposed to learn from this lifetime, right? Or what part of this lifetime are we carrying in present state that is impacting our behavior or that is impacting our relationships today,
Right.
right? तो बहुत बार आपको ऐसी awakening informations समझ आती हैं that I have carried this with me, right? And like I said कि आपकी you have lost your life in that lifetime अगर नाइफ स्टैबिंग से हुआ है या ड्राउनिंग से हुआ है, यू मे हैव द फियर ऑफ वाटर. हाइड्रोफोबिया हो सकता है,
right?
And once we do a successful closure for that life and you realize that you are no longer trapped in that particular state, the soul gets released, right? Like I said, जिस friend का हमने किया था past life, who landed up as a bear, he has a problem of stammering in this life because he was caught by a hunter and he was strangulated to death with a rope. That has led to stammering. Though there is no physical injury he has today, neither does he's genetically prone to be the one stammering, but he still has that persistent problem of stammering today, right? After the session, now since he has a reason to that problem, and now he says ki either the chanting and the speech therapy helps him feel more confident. He has not come out of that problem altogether. It will take some time, more of practice and learning. But yes, he has accepted that it's a part of past life. There's nothing wrong with me now. And chanting helps him, feel confident during his board meetings and all.
So many people are going to have so much trouble believing the bear story, ma'am. This is very, 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 that is actually a wild story, pun intended. Ma'am, how long does change take after a session? So somebody's come to you with an issue, the session happens. How many days should they give before they start seeing changes?
See, it depends how chronic the issue is. Sometimes it's an instant relief. Sometimes it take another session also, right? Like we talked about that the individual who came with the backache problem and the fear of risk-taking capacity. For him, the backache issue resolved then and there. He has never had a backache ever after that, right? Or the sleeping, fear of sleeping. That was resolved, after that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. Right? After that session, the individual could sleep when he wants to. right?
Does it happen, ma'am, that somebody's come to you for a past life session, but they've actually only ended up talking about their childhood or vis-a-vis?
It happens.
Right.
It happens that sometimes the issue is not coming from the past life, it's coming from the this very much lifetime. So that's what I say, that the first session or first meeting, we intend only to take the history, we try to understand, right? When did it start, how did it start, do you think and we also try to understand how was the childhood experience of that individual, how were his friends about, how was his experience with his friends, what kind of sports or plays he would like to play as a child, what kind of relationship the individual had with his teachers, his siblings, right? Everything, affects you or impacts you. What you are today, your childhood conditioning matters a lot. And, I was telling you behind the stage that about the womb
Correct.
healing,
Yeah.
right? So the individual may have carried certain emotional distress that the person's mother was going through when she was bearing the individual as a fetus,
Right.
right? And वो तो आपको पता भी नहीं होगा consciously. Subconsciously you have imbibed those emotions in you, right? In those cases we go back in the womb. तो कभी कभी हम जब PLR करते हैं, we first go into the hypnotic stage, we take the individual through this lifetime, we do not find anything, we go into the womb, then we go into the past life, previous lives,
Okay.
right? Taking it one step at a time,
Time. Understood.
right?
Understood.
And there may be multiple reasons also,
Yeah.
right?
Ma'am, before I come to my final question, I just want to give a few quick shout outs. So, initially, as I was very skeptical about this entire conversation around past life regression, I picked up a book called Many Lives, Many Masters by Dr. Brian Weiss. And I think that book, let's say that maybe it did not make me fully believe in past life therapy, but what it did do was open my mind up to the idea that unexplainable and extremely interesting things are possible. So, for anybody who's feeling a little skeptical about this, they should definitely go ahead and give that a read. I also recommend that the listeners, if they want to delve into the topic of the soul and the consciousness, the awareness, the observer, super consciousness, many names, they should definitely try to read 3 books, and those are The Greatest Secret by Rhonda Byrne again. The Secret is more about using the mind to manifest your dream life, whereas The Greatest Secret it really goes into a lot of spiritual depth, and really goes into who you really are as a person, and the reality is that you're actually the awareness that's seeing this person, this character. So I definitely recommend that everybody pick up The Greatest Secret. It's one of my favorite books. 2 more books that I think everybody should definitely read are The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle and A New Earth, again by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart is probably one of the best spiritual teachers out there. And the way that he explains that all we have right now is the present moment immediately brings your attention to the now. He goes into depth about the ego, the pain body, and these are just very interesting topics that I think everybody should delve into. Ma'am, thank you so much for all your wonderful insights. Before I let you go, I want to know, for somebody who does not know anything about inner child healing or past life regression or the subconscious mind, and they want to manifest their dream life, love, career, money, what's your one piece of advice to them? What should they definitely do to manifest their goals and their dream life?
So I would say कि seeking help from a therapist, there's nothing wrong in that.
Yeah.
Sometimes professional expertise is required to understand these things if you really
Right.
want to,
Right.
right? Reading definitely helps, but certain experts may help you understand what the knowledge is all about, and they may help you experience the same thing once a session, and then you can continue your journey and
Right.
right, in a more organized way, I would say.
Especially if you're not able to break really stubborn
Stubborn
subconscious patterns.
patterns, right?
Yeah.
So we have not touched though family constellation today.
Yeah.
But family constellation is the family patterns that you're
Right.
observing. So for that, definitely you need guided, manifestation to break that pattern, and it will definitely help you. Please understand the therapists or therapies are not just for clinically diagnosed cases,
Correct.
right? The therapist or the healer will help understand your perspective without any judgment, right? This is what we are trained to do. Judgment is for rest of the world, but a therapist will help you, guide you to understand what truly lies in you,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So
Ma'am, thank you so much for everything and the wonderful insights that you've left us with. I've definitely really learned so much more about these topics, and I just know that we are going to be back soon discussing this in more detail and more depth. And thank you so much to everybody for tuning in.